Hi, my name is Tony, and I am from Just Beachy Studios, and welcome to our very first episode of Just Sew Tula-ing. Say that 5 times fast. Tula-ing. I just want to put a disclaimer out there that I do not represent Tula. I am not representing her brand. I'm just sharing my love for her fabrics and how I use them and how I need to use them more, and maybe give you some tips and tricks along the way. The other thing I really hope for is some accountability for me. Having you here along on this ride, on this journey, will kind of hopefully get me motivated to finish up all these wonderful projects I have behind me. Every month, I host a Tula Club at our local quilt shop here in Palm Coast, Florida. You too can be a part of it. All you got to do is go to cutupandsew.com and go to classes and click on the first Saturday of the month. You'll see Tula Club and just sign up. It's free, and we can send you a Zoom link for you to join us virtually and also to be in person. Come on into Palm Coast and see the ocean afterwards. Go down to Flagler Beach and check out all the fun stuff down there. So that is mainly the inspiration for this as well. With the Tula Club, we do every month we do show and tell. We do a sew along of some sort, and I always give them challenges so they're actually using the Tula stash they have. Um, if you're here, you probably have something of Tula in your stash. You might be collecting a lot, or just a little, or a mega lot. I'll be honest. I'm not one of these people. I have a lot of Tula stash, but I'm not one of these people that have a Tula room per se. I have about 4 or 5 Tula bins, and I will walk through them each with you so you can see, excuse me, how I use every Tula line. I make something with it, and then I save myself a little bit left over so I can do scrappy type of things. Um, and just how do I keep up my scraps? That's one thing I'm going to talk about as well. I have a bin right here. You can't see it. It's off the vision there. A bin full of Tula scraps to work through that I will do in one of these episodes as well. Today's episode is mainly just to get to know me, my personality. How do I speak to the camera? How do you listen, engage? Uh, are we each other's cup of tea? I mean, sometimes, people think I talk too fast. And sometimes I say a lot, and just the other stuff. So hopefully you'll get to know me a little bit better today. Just a short video. This is going to be a super short introduction to Just Sew Tula-ing. My goal is to keep it about 30 to 45 minutes every week, and the purpose of it is going to be showing off what I'm working on that week, giving you a tip and trick, maybe pull out some rulers that I like to work with, and using Tula's hardware as well. And then maybe just something else that I would love to play with and work on. So there's a lot I've got planned for the next couple of weeks. So just make sure you take time. This one's really short. This is more of an introduction video of what to expect. As if you're part of our Tula Club, you can also be part of our Facebook group that is part of our Tula Club, and you can interact there as well, or leave a message or a comment here on this video, and I totally will get back to you and respond. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can see when the next episode comes out. I hope to do this live going forward because I really love I love the interaction. So I'm going to be asking you, what's your homework? What are you working on? What do you think I should work on? What color should I work with next? And I need that live interaction to kind of help make that more productive for me, but hopefully more enjoyable for you as well. So, just so a couple things about me, if you don't know who I am, I have I've got 4 kids. I've got 5 grandbabies and one on the way. And I've been married over 37 years to a retired Air Force man. I too have been in the Air Force, so I'm a veteran as well. I have owned 2 shops. I have been in the industry for a long time, and I teach a lot. I love teaching. I do a little bit of virtual teaching as well. So this is also going to help you if you decide you want to take some of my classes virtually coming up in the future. You kind of have a feel of what you'll get when you see these videos. So, but this stuff's free, so this is the best part. Is just watch it on YouTube. So, the other thing is feedback. So, if this is a Tula video that you want to watch every week, what do you want to see? Do you want more ideas on how to organize your scraps? Do you want more ideas on how to use the bigger prints in Tula? how many quilts do you really need, right? I was realizing it. I have a lot of quilts, but I also have a lot of Tula quilts. So luckily for me, I have wall space, so I hang all my Tula quilts up in my living room and great room area, and I rotate them. So I'm about to rotate right now because I've got fall coming up. So I have some my quilt made with nightshade that I'm about to hang up, and I have some black and white quilts that'll work with the season. So that might be a question that's on your mind. Just like you have these big prints, but do you really want another quilt? So I could talk about that. What else? I mean, is there like, well, I'm afraid to cut it because I know it's going to be worth money someday. There's ways to still cut into your Tula stash and still save for the future if you're thinking of it as an investment. I'll be honest, you just use it. That was the biggest thing with the Tula Club. A lot of people are afraid to cut into their Tula because they're afraid they'll mess it up. They're afraid that it won't work together. Um, I will help you walk through some of those processes and questions. So just ask those kind of questions. And if you're a newbie and you just got the fabric because you love it, I have met several people like this. They just love Tula fabric, that they buy it and they don't sew. I'm like, well, you can do Mod Podge. You can do all sorts of things with Tula fabric. So we'll touch that too over the next couple of weeks, couple of months. I hope this to be an ongoing series with your input. I am working on the nebula right now because that is our Tula Club sew along for the next 12 months. Well, not 12 months, it'll be 10 months. But we will be doing, we started with month 1. So if you are one of those like me that got the Tula Nebula kit, 3 or 4 years ago, and only got to like month 6 or 7, and you can catch up now and join our Tula Club and sew along and have some inspiration. It's great to see that Facebook inspiration of everyone finishing those blocks for this month. So check that out too. Trying to think what else to share with you because I don't want to make this too long and drawn out, mainly because, again, I don't want to bore you. And I just want to give you a foundation. That's basically what this is a foundation of who I am, how I present. This is probably not the setup I will have when I do the weekly lives. I will have it where you can see my cutting surface so I can do demos. But right now, this is just an introduction. So this is who I am. My favorite color is purple. It's not pink. Actually, my least favorite color is pink, but doesn't mean I don't appreciate it. I've been following Tula for a long time. I've met her several times, but again, that doesn't make us friends. It just means I follow her. And I've got lots of fun things to share, a lot of fun tools and some projects I have done just to kind of give you, again, inspiration. So I'm hoping that you'll keep me accountable to finish up these projects. If you're curious what projects I have behind my head right now, I've got the nebula over here. We got toes in the sand over here. So I'm also a very big Jaybird quilt groupie. I love her patterns. I've been doing them for years. I've got several finished quilts, not several, many finished quilts of Jaybird designs. I love her. You can check her out at Jaybirds. She has a YouTube channel as well to show you how to use her rulers, which I will do some demonstration as well. But she made them. They're great videos. So anyway, that's Toes in the Sand, and this one I had specifically designed by Julie from Jaybird Quilts for my shop, and it's Sweet Tooth, but she colored it just for our shop, so I got that one to finish. Oh, and I do have Queen of Diamonds as well, and you can't see in the very top corner right there. That is my Nova I'm working on with our EPP club because I do EPP, and we do an EPP club too as well at cutupandsew.com. So that's just a really, whew, I do talk fast. I don't teach fast, but I do talk fast because who has time? I mean, now you want to go on and see what the next one is. Well, guess what? You'll have to come back next week. Next week, what I'll talk about more of is how to set time aside to actually plan your project out and make that time to sew. That's my hardest thing right now. I am raising my grandchild. I work a part-time job. I'm also doing other stuff online. So I'm kind of all over the place. But now I'm trying to say, okay, this is the 30 minutes every day that I'm going to do something that involves sewing. So that's what I'm going to talk about next week and hopefully help you. Maybe that's where you're at in your journey. And if not, maybe you can help me with some tips. So that is it for me for this first episode of Just Sew Tula-ing. Why don't you put in the comments below what is your favorite Tula line? What's your favorite piece of Tula you have? And when I will come back next week, I'll show you mine and I'll show you what I've made with it. So you guys have a great week, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, all the fun stuff, and we'll see you next week on Just Sew Tula-ing. Bye now.